this tutorial, we're going to be making these really nice, quick and easy face scrubbies, perfect for making for yourself or as a gift for somebody else. This pattern is taken from my book, You Can Crochet with Bella Coco. I'm going to be using Paintbox Cotton Aran in the shade Tea Rose. This colour here is marine blue. I will be using a 4.5mm crochet hook. You'll also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle for sewing in your ends. Okay, let's get started. So to begin, we want to make a magic ring, or a magic circle as it's also known. You want to lay the tail end over your finger like so. Wrap it round your finger to make an X, and then on the top you have 2 strands of yarn here. We're going to go under the first strand of yarn and then pull through that second. Twist your hook, and there we have our magic ring. We're going to start off round 1 with a chain 2, so I'm going to go ahead and do my chain 2 just here. 1 and 2, and then I can remove my finger and we have our magic ring and a chain 2. So as I say, for round 1, we're going to do a chain 2, and this chain 2 does not count as a stitch here or throughout the pattern. And we're going to go ahead and do 12 half trebles. So remember, I'm working in UK terms. In the US, this is known as a half double. So going to yarn over, go into that magic ring, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That is a half treble. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cinch in my centre circle a little bit. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Cinch in that centre circle, and then we're going to join to the top of the beginning chain 2 with a slip stitch. So we have our chain 2 just here. We're going to count up 1, 2 stitches and then join into the top of that stitch. Yarn over, pull through and pull through. For round 2, we're going to chain 2, which again does not count as a stitch, and then we're going to do 2 half trebles into the same stitch and into each stitch around. So working into the base of that stitch, we're going to do 2 half trebles, 1 and 2, and into each stitch around. So into the next stitch, 2 half trebles, 1 and 2, and you're going to continue that all the way round. You'll end up with 24 stitches. So go ahead, pause the video, work 2 half trebles in each stitch all the way round for 24 stitches, and then meet me back once you're ready. So you've now worked 24 stitches. We're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain 2. So we have 1 and 2. And then for round 3, we're going to chain 2. Again, does not count as a stitch. And we're going to work 2 back loop only half trebles into the same stitch. So let's just take a look at a stitch for a moment. When we go into the stitch, we see a front loop and the back loop. We're just going to work into the back loop of the stitch this time. So we're going to yarn over, find that back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, insert into the back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and then we're going to do a back loop only half treble into the next stitch, so just 1 into the next stitch, And then we have a pattern repeat. We're going to do 2 back loop only half trebles into the next stitch, followed by 1 back loop only half treble into the next. So 2 back loop only half trebles into that next stitch, followed by 1 back loop only half treble into the next. And you'll repeat that all the way around until you get to the beginning. You'll have 36 stitches in this round. So pause the video and then meet me back once you're ready. At the end of this round, we're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And then we'll move on to round 4. We're going to chain 2. And then we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch. So finding the base of that stitch, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on the hook for a slip stitch. And then we're also going to slip stitch into the next stitch as well. And then we have a pattern repeat. So the pattern repeat starts here. We're going to slip stitch, chain 2, and slip stitch into the same stitch, and slip stitch into the following stitch. That's the end of the pattern repeat. We'll do that again. Slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 2, and slip stitch into the same stitch, and then slip stitch into the following stitch. And you'll repeat that all the way round until you get to your last stitch. So go ahead, pause the video, work your way round, and I'll show you how to finish off. So now that we've worked our way round, we're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning. And then we can go ahead and fasten off. And then all you would have left to do is to sew in your ends. So go ahead, take a darning needle. And because these are going to be washed quite a fair bit, you want to make sure that you are sewing these in adequately enough. I use the rule of 3, so I come back on myself, bring this down, and then go back the opposite way again, going in and out of different fibres, trying to split through the actual yarn itself as well. And then back one more time, again trying to go through different fibres, splitting between the fibres itself. I'm going to go all the way down. And once you're happy, you can snip off. And then this centre one, I'm going to go back the opposite way because we've already worked this one round, but I just want to sew in a tiny bit more just to make sure it's really secure. So I've gone back the opposite way, and then I'll go back the other way once more again. Snip that off. So there we have the face scrubbies pattern from my book You Can Crochet with Bella Coco. And if you're looking for more patterns to use in the bathroom, then check out this video for a crochet washcloth.